Everyone says you need to have the best and the latest AI video generation model in order to generate something decent. But this is not true. In this video, I will show you the 5 things that are actually important when you want to generate good quality videos. And model is not that important, and I will show you why. You can use it with literally every model. Obviously, with some of them, quality will look a little bit better, but principles stay the same. So later we'll explore all the videos that other people made, but first I want to show you the 5 changes you need to do if you want to generate good quality videos. So the first change is that you need to start with an image, not a text. So I know many people want to just generate video from a prompt, but this is not the right way and you will lose a lot of details, not even mentioning that you will not get the consistent character that you want, either if it's you or a character you want to have. So if you're just creating videos to showcase them on YouTube, you don't need to have consistent characters. That's completely fine. You can just use prompts. But if you want to generate videos with consistent characters, then you need to start with an image. This is really must have. This is an example of a prompt, because if you don't use images, even for example, for AI motion graphics, you'll still get bad results. For example, here is a motion graphic I made, and as you can see, this motion graphic is quite weird. We can see that the text is not really working here. We can see the whole animation is very terrible. And this video was generated with Szaton 1.5. And you can see that even though that is one of the best models out there right now, it still generated very poor results because there is simply no image here. It was just a prompt. Here, on the other hand, I have 2 animations that I made based on an image, and you can see that the difference is big. You can see that this animation here is very crisp, the quality is good. I use Kling AI version 3 for it, and there are no problems with this video because I used image instead of just prompt. So I generated this image with Nano Banana 2, then I just animated this, and this is the whole prompt. Animate this, make it appear, don't change icons. So this is one example. Here we have another one, so I changed the prompt a little bit, and here is a second animation. And I think the first one was actually better, but this one is also quite good. We can see it's alright, but it's changing icons, so that's why I didn't choose it. But this is very important. When you have any video model and you just start with an image, it will make 99% of your generations better. So when you can, always use an image, and you will also save a lot of credits in this way. Another thing is that if you use the same prompt, for example, here we have a prompt, you will get different results because there is no character that it should follow. So as you can see, the prompt is quite simple, and we have 3 generations and all of them look completely different. So the first one, all of them are okay. They're not bad, but all of them look completely different. The second one and also the third one. I like, to be honest, the second one the most, but it really depends on your project. It really depends what you want to achieve. So you really need to take it into consideration that you will get different results. So what is better to do instead? Just pick one of these images and then use it as a reference. Even if you generate a thumbnail and you just want to have a consistent character, so let's say her face, you can just crop it, have, for example, an image like that, and you can use it as a reference image and it will work quite well. I use it across all of my thumbnails, so it's very easy to use any character with any model just to have a reference. Now, the second thing that will make your videos significantly better is adding lighting direction. So we have 3 examples here. First one, there is really no light here whatsoever. So here's our first example. We can see that the lighting is decent, but there is nothing that would stand out. There is no details, just, you know, a plain shot. A girl, we have some background, some clouds, city, but there is no light, there is nothing. Now, here we have the second one. It's the same character, but look at the difference. You know, we still have this character is not doing much in this shot, so she is just standing there. But here's, for example, the sunset, so it looks completely different. Now it's more cinematic. We can see that there is a little bit of blur in the background. So this makes a big difference if you just add a lighting direction, and the same here. So we have the first character, she's standing on the roof. Again, it's night, so we can see this neon behind her, we can see some fog, and there is some light coming from here, right? So this is very small things that actually matter. And the truth is, when it comes to photography or video editing or videography, small details matter. The same when it comes to video editing. Things that people don't pay attention to are those that are making the biggest difference. Because, well, let's say the whole shot stays the same, but you just add a little bit of light here and it changes everything. You just add also a little bit of blur in the background and you are getting completely different feeling, more premium, more expensive feeling. So this is change number 2. Add your lighting direction, and well, you can just animate later any video in this way. And as you can see here, just because we have these small details, this fog, this lightning here, the whole scene looks much different. Obviously, there are a little bit of emotions on her face, but this is not the most important part at this moment. But this is just the second step. Now, let me show you the next one, because this one is even more important and it's very easy to do as well. So the change number 3 is add depth to your frame, right? So here we have the next part, and just compare those images with each other. We have the first one, which is a decent image. The quality is good, but there is nothing here. It's just boring. Now look at this one. She's standing here. We have some composition. We have this hole in the fence, and this makes, again, big difference. There's a little bit of blur here, and we have focus on her hair. There is background, like some city in the background. So this one is much better. And also this one is also good. So again, we have background, and the background is a little bit blurred. We have our character, and we also have some other details. So there's fog in the background. We also have this barbed wire here, so it looks much better. And all those small things are, again, those things that really make the whole video whole, or like takes it to the next level. And here is also the prompt. If you would like to use something similar, you can just take this prompt and model it for your case, but this is quite simple thing to do. You can just take and add depth to your frame, and I also have an example to show you what it looks like when you turn it into a video. So here we have an image, just an image with this whole prompt, and here we have also the video. So the video is not very complicated. She's just pointing somewhere. We have slow zoom in. It's a very simple video, but still it looks better because we have this fence here, and that small thing makes it feel more premium. Again, tell a small story than just people or just persons standing there. Just think about it. When you see all these 3 images here, right? Which one of them feel the most interesting? This one where she's just standing, nothing's happening here, or maybe where we have this fence, or maybe this where we have this barbed wire and she's looking somewhere with this tense expression, something is going on. In my opinion, the second or the third one are much better than the first one, but this is not where we stop. This is just change number 3, but there is something even more important, and this is that you should pick only one emotion at a time. So this is our change number 4. You don't want to do too many things in one video. Sometimes it works, but sometimes it doesn't. And now just take a look at these images. Here we have the first one. Again, the lightning is nice, and there is some light, behind her. We have a city. There is a little bit of blur in this image, but we cannot see any expression on her face. We can see there is no smile, no sadness, nothing. Because of that, she doesn't look like human anymore. And this is what makes us human, like emotions, like showing something. Now, let's take a look at this one. We also have light. We have light behind her. We have, lights coming from a few different directions. There is this fog here. There is this blur on the city. And we can see that there are emotions on her face. We can see that she's actually angry, right? And also she has this very tense look on her face. So there are some emotions in this image. And then when you generate video from that, it will look much better. Here we have the third one, which again, we don't have that many emotions, but still better than the first one. The first one just looks like a mannequin. The third one, this looks like a photo of a real person. So this is just a tense moment where she's just looking at us. So small things like that make big difference. Just adding the emotions, but only one at a time. Here is also a prompt if you would like to create something similar. So here is a prompt, and I generated this image here, and I also have a video here. So it's not really she's not angry here anymore. So you can see that the movement is small, but again, she looks more real because there are some emotions. She's thinking, she's looking around. So this is the next step on how you can make your videos just better. So this was the 4th step. And now we have the last step, which is basically one action per video prompt. And I know that in some cases you can get good videos with a lot of action in just one clip, and I will show you an example of that as well. But in my opinion, it's much easier to generate good quality videos, even with simple models, if you just use one action per video. So here's a prompt, an example of a prompt, and this is what you can get with that. So again, we have the same image that you saw before with this fence here, and she's just raising her rifle. And now let me show you what the video actually looks like. So here is the video. Again, nice generation. The movement is smooth. There is no problems here. So again, good quality because we picked just one movement in this video. Later on, obviously, there is a lot of editing, so you need to put those clips together in order to make them look like a proper clip. And sometimes you can also make it work with a lot of action in just one prompt. As you can see here, we have quite a lot of things going on. Like for example, here, she's drawing her weapon, then she's hiding behind this wall here. So again, there is more movement here, but some models, especially those simple models, they will not be able to handle that. So I don't say you should be always chasing the best models, but you should learn how to use tools that you already have. Because it's always better to learn how to use certain tool than just chase tools like, you will never be master if you just chase tools all the time. Pick one and become a master in this one. And then, if you pick the right tool, this tool will be evolving, so it'll be only easier for you to use it later. And to give an example from my own life that is very important to be a master of one tool is video editing. So I edit videos for my clients and I was using CapCut for a very long time and I was good at it. So I know how to edit in CapCut, I know how to do all the transitions, animations, stuff like that. But then client wanted a little bit more complicated animations and I started using Final Cut Pro. And as you can imagine, I wasn't very good at it. And it took me some time before I learned how to use Final Cut Pro on the same level as I was using CapCut. So it will take you some time if you change a lot. So what my recommendation is, if you like Kling, just stay with Kling and just use it all the time. If you like Seedance, use Seedance. For example, I like Seedance and I use this model quite often. Or if you like to create motion graphics, maybe you can use Cloud Code or maybe even GPT 5.5 because GPT 5.5 is really insane and I recommend you to watch this video you can see on your screen right now. It will show you how powerful GPT 5.5 actually is. Obviously, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, like and comment what you would like to see next and I will see you in the next one.